It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on HabsCast.
Was that fast enough for you, fellas and gals? Yeah, but dobby doo. Tell me that this team isn't a cup contender, folks. I'll tell you, you're smoking the wrong stuff. Absolute clinic there tonight by the mighty Habs. It was a Habalanche. My goodness, that was impressive. Habs easily one of the best games of the year. You know, when you score a shorthanded goal, it just kills the other team, right? I mean, we've seen it against the Habs invariably. I looked up the stats; it's like 70% when you score a shorty, especially to take the lead like 3-1. It's over. It was over right then and there. Like the new defense pairings tonight, Dobie 17-5-3. I don't know what he is as far as win percentage goes in the league, but it's got to be top 5, I would think. Hey, like I tweeted out after the first, after he let in that first one, fire the goalie coach. Then he made those great saves a little later. Well, okay, maybe we'll hang on to him for a little while. Maybe we'll give him another week. They even put the camera up on Marco Marciano there at one point. Blaine Potvin should be joining me soon. He's got to he has to crawl to his computer. He's fighting a bit of a muscle tear in his back right now, so he's got to go to physio in the morning, so he can't be on too long, but he should be here in a minute or two. Avalanche score 7 on the Habs at home, so the Habs say, "Oh yeah, right back at you, pal." What a game! Cappy did it. Cappy ever bounce back? I've been a little disappointed, in him recently. Tonight, outstanding. The Cappy line was outstanding. Hey, rare game recently where the first line and the second line were both playing well, and look what happened, right? All 4 lines, really. Like the Kirby Doc's game, that freaking that block that he made, that the key goal there was the one to make it 6-3, where Susie went away with it with Carrier, and but Carrier made a big block, and then Doc with the big block went out to Suzuki. He found Carrier. Carrier puts it in the net. Bingo, bango, bongo. That was the ball game right there. I was pretty happy. Big game for Gooley. I liked him paired with Dobson, and I liked him paired with Matheson and Dobson with Hudson. I like those 4 together. Oh, here he is. Good day, young fella.
Yo. How's it going?
Get comfortable there.
Yeah.
So is it lower back, upper back, the whole back?
The lower, yeah.
Lower, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, my
friend. I needed to tear up a couple of muscles. I figured, why not those ones?
Yeah. Wow. Well, we can't do what we used to do, Blaine. Words of advice.
Well, we can. It just hurts a lot more.
It just tears a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. So, I think it was one of their best games of the year. What did you think?
I do think that they came in with a chip on their shoulders. It's like they came in trying to prove something, not just to others, but to themselves. Because the Avs, they ran them out of town when they went to visit in Denver, and the Avalanche come into town, and I guess the Canadians wanted to prove that they could do the same thing right back.
Yeah,
Added bonus, they crushed the Nordiques.
that's right. Just felt like old times, eh?
Oh, yeah. Except they stole away the brawl from us at the end.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It
Yeah,
wasn't Easter Good Friday, but it was a massacre.
it was. Yeah, yeah. My dad made a quick call. That's why I was a little bit late getting here. Called me right
Okay.
at the end of the game. He said, "Why couldn't they have a fight?" Just kind of reminiscing about um, what he woke me up to watch when I was a kid was the Good Friday Massacre.
Oh no, eh?
Yeah, he's like,
Habs
"Get up,
fan?
son, get up." Oh, yeah.
Good. Okay, I figured. Yeah, my dad was too. Chip off the old block.
No, yeah.
Mom cheered for the Leafs. Dad cheered for the Habs. I went with dad.
Mom,
Yeah.
mom cheered for the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. My
Yeah.
mom wasn't a diehard. Wasn't a diehard. Well, they were never in the friggin' the Leafs by then were afterthought when I started watching. Their run was over. Um, just quickly here, Donnie, I love you, buddy. $20 donation. What's that say? Fuck Ice Calais. Okay. Go
Yes.
2000 Cavs. Fuck Ice Calais. All right.
Maine.
What's that?
Calais, Maine.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's referencing that. So
Yeah. Not Calais, France.
no,
No. No. All right.
no. The Vichy have moved to the United States.
Okay. Hey, Donnie, thank you. And yeah, I agree. Hey, Calais. So Yabba Dobby Doo was my thumbnail tonight. He came up with some big ones when it was needed, no way.
That second period, if it wasn't for the saves he made running into like the midpoint of the second period, there were 3 or 4 huge stops. That game would have been a 3-3 game, maybe even 4-3 the other way, and it's a
Yeah,
completely different game that we're talking about now.
yeah. No, he made some, and that one in front that came right in the middle slot there.
Mm.
I couldn't help but think if that's Monty, he's like inside the net, and they've got about 3 feet on each side to shoot at. But no, he was out about 10 feet, and you cut off the angle, right? There's
Yeah,
nowhere to put it, and he freaking stopped the guy dead. Like his confidence right now, his
it's
confidence
high.
and battle level are so much higher than Monty's, and it's why he needs to, for now at least, maybe Marciano gets Monty turned around or whatever. But you have to go with Dobie right now as the guy.
The way he's playing, 100%. You want to win games. You're not there to. Process now is about getting to those wins. It's not
Mhm.
just let's improve the guys, play a little bit better. Maybe next year they'll be ready to go. They're at the point now where especially at goaltending, they really need to be ready to go now. And I mean, that was what, his 25th game, and he's got 17 wins now.
Got to be top 5 in win percentage for sure in the league, I would think.
I would assume he doesn't even have a 900 save percentage, but he's got
No,
17 wins.
5 losses. I mean, hello. Second star again. Suzuki
Yep.
first star. Slav third. Nice bounce back from the second line tonight.
Yeah.
Cappy's best game in a couple weeks at least. He was really sharp tonight. I liked
Yep.
he won that key face off to get them rolling there. Didn't get a point on it, but picked up 2 helpers, and he just his all around game tonight he was a way sharper tonight.
Yeah. 6 points out of that second line. That
Yeah.
shorthanded, the assist on the shorthanded goal, that
Beauty,
flip
eh?
pass. Oh, it was nice. It was so
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. And you can wonder if, oh well, did he really? Well, hey, he probably did. He's a smart cookie. I don't doubt that he just put the right amount of English on it, right? Pardon my French.
And people may think that, oh, he was just doing it to get out of the zone, but you go back about 4 seconds, maybe 5. You see him do the shoulder checks. He identifies where everybody is. He knows
Yes.
where Suzuki's at.
Yeah.
So sure, it gets the puck out of the zone, but it also gives Suzuki a chance to go get it.
Yeah, for sure. Just quickly here, let's have a look at big night in the NHL. Carolina beat Utah 5-4. Pittsburgh over Chicago 6-2. Islanders 2-1 over the Rangers. New Jersey 3-2 over Nashville. Tampa Bay won again 4-1 over Winnipeg. I hate this NHL friggin' site, man. Washington 2-1 over Detroit. They're on the power play. 8 minutes left. Go Ovi, go on the power play. Florida tied with St. Louis 4-4. Minnesota, Calgary 2-0 Minnesota. San Jose beating Edmonton 3-0. I think that's it. That's enough.
The Sabres beat the Kings 4-1, and the Bruins doubled the Flyers 6-3.
Okay. All right. I hate this NHL site. I don't know why. It's my first time trying it with this, and of course it failed me. Go back to my flash bar here. Go ahead.
Winning the game tonight is a big deal for the Canadiens. With everybody that they're chasing or keeping pace with, they're all winning. So.
Oh well, what else is new?
Yeah.
It seems like it's broken record, right? Oh yeah, okay. Boston 6-3 over Philly. Man, oh man. But hey, like, what better proof do you have? That the East is stronger than the West this year.
By a lot.
Colorado comes over and they get spanked. Outscored 12-5 in Ottawa and Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
They're now 4-6-2 in their last 12, so they've come back down to earth. The thought, again, oh well, no one's beaten Colorado. Why try to trade for players or this or that? Well, season wasn't over, folks, and it's not over. They look beatable now. I mean, they're a great team, but are they invincible? I think we saw tonight that they're not, right?
Right.
Yeah. So they're now
the Senators
32.
beat them the night before.
No, right. Yeah. 15-5. They got out, or 12-5. They got beat by Sens and the Habs. So now they're up to 8 losses now. And again, once again that no team's gonna touch the Habs 8 losses in a year, right?
No. That 76-77 team were
they
were special.
Yeah. But for a while, when they only had 2 losses, you said, well, maybe, But now, like 12 games ago, so after 40 games, they had 2 losses, Blain. Now they've got 8. It's tough.
And they've got 2 in back-to-back games.
Right. Tough
I think, the second time this year? First?
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. As long as they win their next game.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Playing the Red Wings.
Yeah, that's right. The Atlantic Division, Tampa's on top with 72, Detroit 69. Buffalo and the Habs each with 67. And the Bruins with 67. Man, eh? It's hey, good thing they won the last couple. That's all I can say. Or they'd be out.
Yeah.
They'd be out of the playoffs right now altogether. But at least there's a little spread there now with the top 5. Florida, they're tied 4-4. We'll see, but they're 7 back right now, which I know even with the Barkov injury, I wasn't expecting that from the 2-time defending Cup champs. I figured they'd find a way. What about you?
I figured they'd come down to earth a bit. I mean, 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals. that does wear on the body a bit. I was expecting them to be a little tired this season, but losing the players they lost when they lost them,
Yeah,
the
didn't
fact that
help.
they're even within 6-7 points of a playoff spot right now, to me it impresses me.
Oh, well, yeah. But I mean, a lot of teams have a lot of injuries, you know. They had 2 guys out, mind you, 100-point scorers. That never
They're
helps, right?
important players.
Look at
Yeah.
look at Toronto without a 100-point scorer. They not quite the same team, eh?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a shame.
Yeah, it is. I really my heart bleeds. Um, Travis Beaton just found your channel about a week ago. Love your content. Keep up the great work. Go Habs, go! $20. Thank you very much. I love
Nice.
those orange. Whenever I see orange come up at the top, Blaine, I'm a happy man. So who was the best player tonight? Who would you have given the first star to tonight?
Oh, jeez. The fact that there's so many players to choose from
Yeah,
is a really nice sign, but I probably would have given it to Dobesh because of what he did in that second period.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you know, that was my thumbnail. Yeah, but Dobie do. So good choice. I even threw Freddie Flintstone in there. I thought that was apropos tonight. Yeah, I think Dobie, those big saves, and I mean, whose name were they chanting tonight, right? Unless there's a player, unless there's a player named Oli or Ollie, I don't think so. The most chants tonight were for Dobie.
They were in a mood tonight, those fans. The
Yeah,
wave, singing songs. The boys put on a show and the fans lapped it up. It was a great
yeah,
night all around.
yeah, yeah. Um, Paul the other day texted me, and again, Paul, I got to give him credit for the win again. Paul Antoniadis said, "I'm not excited to see these next 3 or 4 games in person, the way they're playing." And so he went tonight. Uh, I think he probably had a good time. What do you
I
think?
would imagine.
Yeah,
I know the
yeah,
beers are expensive, but geez, yeah, I would have had a blast.
yeah. I think Paul ended up not minding that one at all. I would have loved to have been there. Would have been a great atmosphere. Did
Yeah.
Was Nathan McKinnon dressed tonight? Did he play? You know?
Oh, he played.
Oh, okay. All right.
The Gooley Matheson pairing did a really, really good job there.
Absolutely. Gooley's best game, I think, if you wanted to go with kind of an unsung, somebody that maybe didn't have a offensive game but was really good, Gooley really liked Gooley's game tonight.
Well, like we were talking during the game, um, when he got his shoulder messed up there in the Manson situation, him coming back, like he had to get that thing popped back into place. I've seen shoulders
Well, the way he
after
was,
being,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I've separated my shoulder last year doing almost the exact same thing, and you pop it back in, it hurts like a bugger.
yeah,
But the fact that he came back in and he played the way he did, that kind
yeah.
of that kind that kind of guts, that's what you see out of military uniforms. That's what
You
you see out of our servicemen.
you were hit by Manson, were you? Or
No, but I was hit by a pretty big dude.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah. Couldn't skate, but he hit me pretty good.
yeah. Well, keep your head up, young man.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
trying to pick up
Well,
my dentures.
and yeah, shout out to our military elbows up boys. Um, sure looked like he. I don't know. I detected a fair elbow motion there. I was a little
Yeah,
surprised that there wasn't
yeah.
an elbow penalty on that one.
I think they just gave up on it because when he put the elbow up, it didn't catch Gooley in the head. It caught Gooley's arm a little bit, and it stuck him like it kind of.
Yeah,
It was like a stinger, a jam, and he got. I think he got away with that simply because of that.
yeah. Well, it's funny, eh? You can't tap somebody on the gloves or
No,
with your stick.
no.
But if you elbow them somewhere other than their head, that's fine. You know, even if you
Well, yeah, I
separate
mean,
their shoulder, as long as it's not the head, there's some weird, like, anyway, yeah.
and they didn't call a
Clearly,
single
he
penalty on the
elbowed him.
fight afterwards
It was
either.
in the head or wherever it was, and clearly he hurt him. And clearly it was an elbowing penalty, right? Like
They
the,
would have
the
called it
penalty
2.
isn't called elbow to the head, it's called elbowing, right?
Yeah, I would have called it 2, and they just gave up on the fight after anyway. They didn't call anything on that. Like, they dropped gloves.
No,
They
I
didn't call
know,
it.
I know. Yeah, everything else was just, okay, well, we'll just say no penalty. Because they weren't calling Madsen, they said, well, we'll just
Just
nothing to
wash their
see
hands
here,
of the whole thing.
folks. Move on. Anyway, hey, in the 7-3 win, I'm not gonna complain too hard about that, right?
The fact he
That's
came
the
back
way
and
she
played the way
goes.
he did, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're a little off here. I don't know. Are you? Apologies for any streaming issues we're having here, folks. Not much I can do about it. The sound was a
It's
little off there a couple times, but we'll
blame Ottawa.
trudge through. Blaine only has there he is. Just lost you for a sec. Well, Blaine, your 20 minutes is up, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I have a nice early day tomorrow morning.
I'm gonna bid you
with
adieu.
my physio. Great coming back.
Okay, well,
I'm happy
listen,
to come back
you
any
get
other time.
better. Okay, my friend, we'll get you. We'll try to get you on for 30 next time.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Blaine. We'll talk soon.
Thanks.
Oh, cut him off again. Oh well. It was a bit. Things were a bit off there anyway. Thanks for Blaine. He's got like torn back muscles there, so that's why he hasn't been on the last week. But he was nice enough to join us tonight. And hey, Mark, $2. I only smoke the best. Habs are amazing. Go Habs, go! Right on, Mr. Nahiles. Good thing Josh Tebow was off tonight. Yeah, bring back memories of that trade. Please don't do that. Thank you for the $5 donation. What's that? 47. I was at 1980. 47. You know what? I'm only about $80 away now from that 2000 mark. So I think we're going to do it. That was my goal. 29th, a couple more days left. I think I'm going to crack the 2000 mark for this month. Thank you to Don, especially, and everybody else that's been kind enough to not only watch this podcast, but donate. It's very, very much appreciated. Let's have a look at the stats here, folks. Hey, nice to. Now that's what I like to see. Yes. Nobody with like 25 minutes. The top Gooley, 22:56. Hey, rewarded for his great play tonight, man. Good. I like to see Gooley with the most time. Matheson, 21:36. I like it. I like everybody getting less than 24 minutes. I think it's a good sign. And 13:38 for Arbor, who again was solid. I think he needs to be playing 13, 14 minutes a game. He's the odd hiccup here and there, but you know what? Arbor's been playing pretty solid the last month and a half, I think. Nice to see his nice to see it up there. And Kirby Doc +3. Man, what a difference a year makes, eh? Last year it was -3 every night. Tonight, +3. Cappy +3. So Cappy and Kirby both the best on the plus minus. Kapanen, hell of a game from him tonight. 56% on draws, including that big one that led to the first goal by Dobson. Evans was 53%. Phil Deneau 50. Nick won 8 out of 14, so 57% for Nick tonight. Nick didn't even like 1742. Everybody was rolling tonight, so I really like this even ice time deal where like the lowest amount, believe it or not, was Cole Caulfield at 12. Did he really get the least ice time? Anderson and Caulfield, both under 13 minutes with the least amount of ice time, which is a little surprising, but Nick, a great game, 2 goals, 1 assist, led the way offensively, 3 points. Slav back off the, back with another 2-point goal and assist, tied his career high, 20 goals on the year, folks. Thinking he can hit 30 this year. Certainly wasn't thinking that 2 months into the year. Hudson, 2 more helpers for Lane. Bolduc, 2 assists, another strong game from Bolduc. Like Bolduc. Can't fight, but that's okay. Hit, play hard, chip in some offense, and he's been doing that lately. So, like that from him. Another goal from Evans. Stole the puck behind the net. That was a big goal too. Carrier back on track for the for the Maurice Richard Trophy there. It's been hot as a pistol the last couple of weeks. Coming the goal scoring machine, folks. Matheson with another assist. So Doc with a goal and an assist. I like that. It wasn't just the 2 points too. I thought Doc had a good solid game tonight. Hits wise, Arbor of course with 4. Galley with 4 again. Didn't get on the score sheet, but he was solid. All sorts of guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys, multiple shot blocks, which is pretty cool too. It was a team effort tonight, folks. They came out. The whole team was excellent and good for them. I'm just so happy that the Habs got back on track. I'm curious. I'm going to get up the standings here, but they've got a damn good record. The top 2 teams in the East, top 3, and Tampa's now leading the Eastern Conference, but the top teams in the West against the top teams this year so far, Habs are more than holding their own. They're playing well, so good for them. I was looking at Habs all-time head-to-head, and if I'm not mistaken, if the stats were right, the only 2 teams that the Habs have losing records against all time are San Jose and Minnesota. In Minnesota, it's not even close. They're like 10, 21 and something. That's crazy that it like the Minnesota Wild, not the Stars, but VDAC, Da Vinci, 21 block shots. Like to see that, yes. And as I just noted, there are 8 different players with multiples. That's solid. Let's get to some people here. By the way, while I'm thinking of it here, this guy was impressed by the by the game. You know who that is? 10-time Stanley Cup winner, Habs legend, Hall of Famer, Yvan Cournoyer. Here, this is a picture of him in Quillon, Quebec. And what's in Quillon other than the ferry? Logs End. The best wide plank flooring you'll find in the country. Beautiful stuff. Go to their website if you get a chance. logsend.com. Even if you're not anyone that's looking for flooring, get in touch with them. Tell them Grant from HabsCast sent you, and they'll fix you up. I think you'll be impressed. logsend.com. Well, let's get to some comments here. I think people are going to be happy. I know I'm happy. I'm Cappy. Cappy is back because I'm Cappy. Absolutely, John. So happy to see Gooley is okay. I let out a few expletives after that hit. Much respectable Duke stepping up. Yeah. And the rest for not letting Manson destroy him. Yeah. And Manson kind of held off too. I think he realized, this guy'd not fight. Yeah. Francois, big performance. Suzuki, Dobish, second line, Doc, D squad, etc. Yes, absolutely. Nice to see Doc. Great performance to end the homestand. Mark, entire team was on fire. Hey, one of the best games of the year, I think. Right up there. They were rolling tonight. This team can hang with any. They really can. Colorado's reeling. Yes, they are. The Atlantic Division is like Murderers Row this year, especially the last month. Yeah, best division by far the last month. It's not even close. Yeah. Dobish is trying to nail Monty to the bench. That's Kenny Pedro. Yeah, well, like I said, I don't know if you caught. I did a podcast with Habs Digest earlier today. Josh and Jesse, and I talked to some NHL personnel, and they informed me that yes, indeed, the goalie coach definitely has a say in which goalie's starting, as a rule. So, I would think Marco, and rightly so, would be saying, "Well, you got to go with this Dobish. You got to go with this Dobish guy right now," and just like we're all saying that, right? I wonder, like, I'm curious to know whether if that might have been something to do with the split, right? Maybe Eric Raymond kept saying, "Well, gotta go with Monty," and coach is thinking, no, we gotta put the foot down here now, no more Monty. So been giving Marty a lot of grief for that, about him starting Monty too much, but at the end of the day, maybe it was more Eric Raymond. And if that's the case, then I'm glad they made the switch. And I've heard from various sources that Marco Marciano, really good reputation around the league, better than Eric Raymond's even. So I think it's the thought, in other organizations, is that the Canadians made a smart move by getting Marco, and that indeed there were other teams that were interested in hiring him. So smart on the Habs to say, hey, okay, we better promote this guy before we lose him for nothing. So, well, Mark, yeah, carry inches closer to the Rocket Richard. Yeah, great minds think alike, Mark. I did not see this post. Yeah. You know what? I was a little shocked too. Like he blocked the shot, and then all of a sudden, well, there's Carrier up on the play, and buried it. I wasn't sure that was in at first either, but he buried her. Lovely. Mark, so many key saves each game. I'm with you, Ken. He's awesome. Dobie made some 4-bell, 5-bell saves tonight. We need Dobish to beat Buffalo Saturday. Yeah, that'd be nice. That was one of the best goalie performances I've seen by a Habs goalie in a while. I love his game. Yeah. Dobie has to play the next game. I think you got to keep riding him, right? Absolutely. This could get really good if Marciano helps even a little bit with the goaltending. Well, you know, with Goalie, if Goalie's on his game, phew, the top two lines both played well. Doc solidifying the third line, fourth line being pretty solid. You know what? I think we're seeing we got a glimpse tonight of a fairly healthy Habs lineup of what they can do, eh? Lots of jump tonight. Dovish stops pucks. It ain't pretty sometimes, but he gets it done. Yeah, I didn't think it was ugly tonight. He was making saves. I'm just curious. Any points for Texier tonight? No. Texier and Caulfield, no points. Susie was the straw that stirred the drink tonight on that line. Ronnie Williamson. Hi, Grant. Wow, great game. Absolutely. Darren. Hey, Darren. Wow, what a game. Go, Habs, go. Ed Hogg. That's a fairly new name. Awesome game. Go, Habs, go. Paul, Grant, great game by all. Dovish looked good again. Some key saves. I did like to see Dobson with Hudson today. I was hoping they would split Dobson and Matheson. Yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, I don't mind those pairings at all. And I don't think this is just a one-time thing. It was mentioned tonight that they do it against Edmonton, do it against, Colorado, but I have a feeling it'll be it's something that they're going to do. I'm going to try for a few games here. I mean, that was the best game they played in quite a while, I think. So nice to see Gooley jump back. I hope he's not. It's not just an adrenaline thing, and you gotta, hopefully he's okay, and he doesn't miss any time. Nice to see Doc in front and around the net. Yeah, for sure. Da Vinci, Cappy, much better tonight. Yeah, he was. Dobie huge. Captain Nick solid. 20 blocks. Yeah, big 2 points. Who else thought Gooley lost an arm? Well, the way he was down there. Slav tying his personal best. 28 games left to go. Let's hope he gets 30. That would be pretty cool. Habs are our major shot blockers. You got to like it. Yeah, Lecky got nailed pretty good, but Gooley, we knew Gooley was okay when he nailed Lecky. Wish it had been any other player, but Lecky just boom. I was happy about it. Then, that was 62, wasn't it? Utah missed the playoffs. I'll have to think of tonight, leading 4-2 with 2 minutes left and losing 4-5 in regulation. Oh, No, that's not good. Can't believe that one. Carolina came back from, oh my goodness. That's quite a comeback. Let's see here. 1801 Svechnikov, 1833 Gostisbehere, and 1930 Stahl. Yikes. Man, the old arena would have been just a rockin', eh? Carolina. That's pretty unbelievable. Losing, blowing that lead. Oh my goodness. And they're right, they're right in the thick of a heavy playoff race, aren't they? Doc is trending up better each game. Oh yeah. Yeah, he was good. Doc looks very hungry. Yeah. Fragile, Mr. Fragile, trade him. Hasn't looked too bad, has he? Hudson outplayed McCarr. Suzuki outplayed McKinnon. McKinnon, a winning recipe. Pretty much. Like, both those guys were pretty quiet tonight. Did not see a lot from McCarr, did we? Goal and an assist for the Docinator. Absolutely. Liked it. Colorado lost versus Florida, Tampa, Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa in less than a month. Yeah. You know, all their losses are to friggin' Atlantic Division is destroying the West this year for the most part. Yeah. A lot of guys look, they had something to prove. Good for the team to have guys stepping up. Wedgwood, very bad. Yeah. Wedgwood looked like he was stuck in a sand trap, is what I said at one point. Using a Wedgwood. I got worried for 2 brief moments only when Gula got hit and when guys started running into each other on 2 back-to-back shifts. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of doubt for a little while because it's Colorado, right? But yeah. They outplayed them. They outplayed them by quite a bit. You have to roll with the hot goalie. Dovish is the guy right now. Yes, he is. And quite impressive that they kept McKinnon and McCarr in check. Absolutely. No more back-to-backs before the break, since Chris, and that's right. So Monty, keep riding Monty. As Mark says, no passengers tonight. Zero Canadien, 81. Go Habs, go. That's a new name. I can't disagree with that, sir. Or ma'am, or no passengers, team game, everyone bought in. Tex could pick up the pace a bit, but that's just nitpicking. Yeah, Texier wasn't world beater tonight, but line A might be replacing him soon anyway, that top line. Still hard to watch Galley. Yeah. I don't know. He was hitting. Wasn't hurting the team. On the Avs feed, they were slow to give Cappy credit for that aerial delivery to Nick for a shorty, kind of halfway saying he may not have intended it to land on target. Yeah, well, knowing Cappy, he knew exactly what he was doing. Why else? Otherwise, wouldn't he just ice it, right? He didn't ice it. He just, and it was, no. And it was shorthanded, so you can ice the puck, and it's not going to be icing. But he didn't ice it, did he? Cappy's he's a very aware player. Got to give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. Texe looked a bit lost tonight. I like the game of Doc and Balduke. Obviously, the regulars all look good, but we need those two guys to perform. That's why I mentioned it. Yeah. Yeah. Deneau wasn't like those two were the play drivers on that line, I thought, tonight. Susie was the play driver on the first line. Deneau, Caulfield, and Texe were a little quiet, but again, nobody really hurt us defensively tonight, and that's kind of a key, right? Deneau was -2 tonight. Not easy to do when you win 7-3, but he was. Not a Picasso masterpiece from him tonight, but he does get the tough assignments there. Demi needs to really consider switching to Warrior sticks. I know. Doc needed time to get in shape. Well, I wasn't going to be too critical the first couple of games. Some people were, though. Crowd at the Bell Center showed once again why this is the best building to play in. They were so loud. Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think, folks? Sorry, I guess I had the score sheet up a little too long there. So does Laine, I mean, I guess maybe you don't mess with after that game, maybe you keep it the same for the next one, right? If Laine comes in, should Laine come in next game if he's ready? If so, who comes in? Who does he replace? I mean, I would put him on the top. I would put him in Texe's place. Now, as far as would Texe come out, I don't know. First start tonight is Susie all day. Yeah, I think Dobie and Susie were the best. 3-1 Caps. Go Caps, go! Be nice to close in on Detroit a little bit there. Close that gap. I still think Montreal can finish ahead of Detroit. I'm not completely sold. Gibson's been standing on his head, and I think they'll come back down to earth a little bit. Yeah. Lehkonen might not have liked Gooley coming back. No way. No, that's for sure. Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot to mention Gooley. He had a great game. Yeah, he was. Venereal says that hit on Gooley pissed him off and he came back meaner. Yeah. We just have to keep Dobas pissed off and pretend like we don't believe in him so he has that extra fire. I got chills hearing the crowd chant Dobie Dobie tonight. That was pretty cool. You know who else had chills from that, I bet? Yabba Dobie Doo, the Dobster. I would think that hairs were standing up on end when he heard that. I mean, that's like a dream come true. Imagine having your name chanted at the Bell Center. Thumbs up button is right in front of you. Hey, folks, do me a big favor. Hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, do that as well. We have 113 on board here. We had 200 and some just before 10. I guess a bunch migrated over to that other show. That's fine. But hey, hit the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. I would appreciate that. quite a bit. And again, we're closing in on that 2,000 mark. That's really encouraging. I think I'm 50, might only be $50 away now from cracking 2,000 on the month in YouTube revenue alone. So that's a very good thing. We beat the Nordiques on the ice, but we beat the Avs in their mind. They thought they could waltz in like last time. Yeah, maybe. They were playing a different team tonight, folks. Yeah, that's right, eh? Caulfield had a goal scoring streak going that ended. Oh, these things happen. Denise says she would sit Gallagher when Newhook returns. Yeah, maybe. What about if and when Laine returns? Yeah, like Kenny says, Gally might sit earlier than Newhook's return. What I think would do is a platoon thing. Like I wouldn't sit Gally all the time. Never. That's not happening. We know that. But if you talk to Gally, explain to him, talk to a few of them, and say, look, we're going to sit you a few. We're going to sit this guy a few. We're going to rotate somebody sitting out, just like Struble and Jacky earlier, right? Rotate a few guys. Just you're out one night, Gally, we're playing 3 and 5. You're going to sit one of those. We need you rested, say it that way. And I think that would be the, Line A, if he comes back in the lineup, say, look, we're activating you, but we're not going to play every night unless, well, I mean, if Line A scores like Line A can score, he won't come out of the lineup, but tell him that there's a chance, that you'll be part of this platoon. That might motivate him too, right? Oh, okay, if I don't score, I'm going to be out of the lineup. I better score. I'm with Da Vinci, Venereal Da Vinci here on this one, VDAC, whatever you want to call it. I would sit Texe over Gally. Texe 5 second late every puck. Yeah. I'm not the biggest Texe guy. I don't mind him, but Toronto-born Habs, true, great show. Rick question, what's the difference? Rick, I guess that's a quick question. What's the difference between Leaf fans and Hab fans? Leaf fans are Leaf fans, Habs fans are hockey fans. True story. Rodney, I wish you find that punctuation key, my friend. That was a little hard to discern. But yes, Habs fans are hockey fans. Well put. Texe is in the wrong chair. Yeah. Happy to see the second line get going again. Cappy needed a good game more than anyone to get some confidence back. Oh, he was really good tonight. Cappy bounced back big time. Really liked his game. Texe will eventually end up on the fourth line. Yeah, or sitting every now and then. Sean Patterson. Greetings from the Canadian House in Parry Sound. Send money to Trois Rivières. Oh, Monty to Trois Rivières. Sean, yeah. You're not a Bruins fan? Being from Parry Sound. I appreciate the $5 donation, and hey, thanks for Sorry, what? I get you calling me names if I piss you off, but what did I do? Sorry, what did I do there? I said venereal. No. What are you pissed off about? It was unintentional. I think you might have taken something the wrong way there. What do you mean calling you names? I don't call you names. You're gonna have a name that's impossible to pronounce. I'm not gonna, why don't you say a name instead of V dash da D C? Like change it, change your name. It's not that hard. Just call it your name, man. Love the cast, Grant. When Newhook and Line come back, who do you think comes out? Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say, I would have Texe out, but Texe and just a platoon. Sometimes Galley, sometimes Line, sometimes I was saying Bolduc. Jack, I struggled tonight. Didn't think so, Bontoon. Wasn't great, but like people say one mistake and say, well, on the whole game he struggled. He played 13 minutes. The other 12 minutes and 50 seconds he was fine. People tend to focus too much on one mistake and just, that guy played bad tonight. I saw him make a mistake. No, you're playing against Colorado. You're going to have a couple of mistakes. As a scout tells us about Radish and Gaff, interesting players. What do you see over the years? Who's gaffed? You mean Graf? The scout tells us about Radish. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Montreal just got back from game. Oh, Ed, lucky man. You were lucky to be at that one. What a difference it makes when you get good goaltending. We can play with anybody when we get it. Yes. I agree. It helps when a team plays well too, though. Like there's been a few games where Monty could have used, if the Habs had played like that in front of him, he might not let in 5 or 6. But conversely, I think there were a couple saves tonight that Dobie made that Monty wouldn't have. Habs can pass or try. I also think the break will serve us well. A lot of our kids ain't used to this much hockey. Last year we come up flying out of the break. Yeah. Venereal. Well, VD. You call yourself VD. That's venereal disease. Like, why? Who else would make their name? Well, I'm going to call myself VD. Well, that's venereal disease, VDAC. I'm just making light of it. I don't know if you got venereal disease. If it really bothers you, is it because you got venereal disease? Just don't get uptight, my friend. Galley can't win puck battles on the boards any longer, and the play usually dies on a stick because of it. Oh, Paul's in the house. Mr. Paul, you made her. Did you leave 5 minutes, 10 minutes early after the second period? I hope not tonight. $5. Thank you, sir. And by the way, I gave you credit for winning this one for us there, Paul. Again, with your text about don't know if I want to go to the next few games. And then you go and the Habs couldn't have been more entertaining. Great comment about Arbor. One mistake doesn't mean a terrible game. Yeah, people tend to focus too much on a VD undying. Yeah, I'm loving it. All right. VDoc. Hey, da 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 ta da. Still VD, but all right. So if I do get mad at you, I can call you Venereal still because you're VD. All right, good. We'll compromise. Dave Teller was once again in attendance. He's a former VP and Armstrong's senior advisor on the Blues. Oh, I think something may be brewing with the Blues. Yes, he was there. You know who else was there tonight? I just have to find it here. Karen Hines listed all the scouts that were there tonight, and Aria Gnassia was there. So GHNASSIA. So it might be a big deal. Might be a big deal coming down, folks, with the France Federation. He's with the France team. I guess he was there scouting Texier. I don't know. Came back, he might say, well, I don't know if we should put the C on that guy. I wouldn't have him on the first line. And since it's so hard for you, you know, you're treading on thin ice there, VDoc, just so you know. You don't have to get snippy. This was a game to enjoy. Let's all be positive. Yes, even VDoc. If Monty was in net, we would have lost 8-7. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Great management of the minutes tonight. Cole, 13 minutes, almost hard to believe. Yeah, well, he wasn't great, you know. He wasn't great. It was Texier was okay. Didn't hurt, but he didn't do much to help either. Yeah. Tell a guy we're going to rest you, no problem. Tell a pro athlete that and see how he reacts. Even an overpaid 30-something. The galley should understand. Yeah. I don't think he's hurting the team. So you know, assistant captain that's been there 15 years, blood and guts, leaves it all out there. Had 4 hits again tonight. Physical. I don't know. Down at the bottom of the fourth line. Hey, until he really starts hurting the team. Maybe he sits the odd game, but that's it. Maybe. The Dobie chants were really loud. Yeah. The Avs, they weren't good. Yeah. But I think the Canadians played one of their best games of the year. I mean, that's what to beat Colorado 7-3, they have to play a poor game and you got to play a good game. Like that just goes without saying, right? I think that's fair. Fair to say. I think Dawson should play more with Hudson. Their stats are together are impressive. Yeah. Some guy posted yesterday, Islander rumors or something. Oh, how did the Canadians ever trade Heineman? How could a team ever trade Heineman? They scored a goal last night. Oh, and Palat, he said. Palat, because he had a goal. Like, Darsh is a wizard. Well, Heineman has 8 points in his last 32 games. Dobson has more points than Heineman. Dobson plays 23 minutes a night. That's why you trade Heineman. I like Heineman, but he's replaceable. And they went and got Bolduc, right? Basically, the trade was Heineman, 2 firsts for and Mayu for Dobson and Bolduc. Not that bad a deal, I don't think. In my opinion, it's obvious that Kent Hughes will make a move before the deadline to bring a solid top 6 player with real grit. Want to bet? Bet. Not really, no. Don't want to bet, but Arber is good with 13 minutes. He was much better engaged, which is difficult to do if you're only given 8. Yeah, I didn't mind Arber tonight. These last 2 games, I'm assuming they have to keep this lineup for the next game. Struble might see an extended stretch in the press box. I think so. I think for now, Struble's the odd man out. Blues win versus Florida with 10 seconds to go in the third. Thank you for that update, Francois. Well, that's I suppose that's good news, right? So the Blues win 5-4 over Florida. Keep them at bay for now, which does mean that what? They're 8 back, are they? Just checking on it quickly here. Florida is 8 back. I like. They've got 1 game in hand, 8 points back. So, anyone heard any updates on Barkov when he's expected to come back? Anyone heard? I know he was skating not that long ago. Yes, Heineman was really solid at the start last year. Got hit by a car. The rest was history. Loved the hustle from the boys tonight. There were a few close calls from the Habs in the third, but the puck would always land on Lecky's stick, so I knew the shot wasn't beating Dobie. Oh, Lecky turned into a bit of a goal scorer when he went to Colorado, but man, how often did he used to miss chances with the Habs? You saw the Habs when they had the big 3. Do any of the top 4 remind you of the big 3? No, they're different type players, all of them, really. No, none of them are like Lapointe. None of them are like Robinson. None of them are like Savard, I would say. Reinbacher is the one that reminds me the most of Savard. That would be the one that eventually I find some similarities in them. Although Reinbacher skates better, but probably won't be as smart. But even that's kind of a, Bo Horvat injury. Oh, really? Huh. Well, Sam Bennett going to get invited to the. I know skating. Well, skating means something. When you got a knee injury, it means something. I mean, it means that you're probably back this year. Just who knows when. We call it Capo K. Capo Caco? For a look. Has NHL experience and has played good in Laval. The issue with that, Sean, is then you have no roster space, so you'd have to put somebody down on waivers. They're not sending down Dobish. They're not sending down Bolduc. They're not sending down Kapanen, and they're not sending down Demi. They're not sending down Hudson. Those are the only guys that are waiver eligible. So you'd have to get rid of Monty. And I don't think they're doing that. Like, one of the reasons why they made the goaltending changes, they want to get Monty going. I believe that. So, and if you call up Kakkonen, it's got to be for the season, right? You're committing to him being up for the rest of the year. And so that you're not going to be calling up Fowler. You can't try to send Kakkonen back down because he'd have to go through waivers, and he wouldn't. So I don't think right now that's an option. If they get rid of Monty, and it's an option. Larry is the GOAT in his category. Ain't no comparison. Well, no, there's no. You can't compare any of the Habs players to Larry, any of the defensemen. Dobie, Dobson's not nearly as physical, nearly as good. Hudson's like no one's like Hudson, and Hudson's like no one, so you can't compare him to, Lapointe and Savard, Gooley. He's more physical, better skater than Serge, but not as crafty. None of them are like Lapointe, so just different players, but good. Not the big three good, but good. Phil Kessel will replace Bo Horvat. Yeah. McCarron scored in a losing effort. Nashville has to trade us now for Veleno, Blain, and throw in Roy. Yeah, I'd go for that. Yeah. GM said he won't be available for the rest of the season, that if they made the playoffs at some point during the playoffs, he'd be available. Kakkonen? Yeah. Dobish has earned the right to lead things, says Glenn. No more of this experimenting crap. Monty will be the odd one out here, or the odd one will get the odd one here and there. It's clear in their options. Do I think Logan Sawyer with the Friars can be a sneaky good draft pick like Evans with Notre Dame? Got to improve his skating a lot. I don't see a spot for him with the Habs. Like a good stick handler, dangler, offensive player. Not a very good skater. He works okay and stuff like that, but I wouldn't call him defensive. I don't think so. Just too many guys in front of him. Maybe he'll play in the NHL someday. I don't think it'll be Montreal. I think Washington got a gem in him. Oh, Cole Hudson. We'll see. Any under the radar players that you see Montreal might target? McCarron. 17-5-3 last 8 games, 7-0-1. You can't mess with that. 17-5-3. Yes, he is. I was joking somewhat. Do you actually think McCarron wouldn't help in a way? I don't think he'd be costly at all. How many more games do you give Monty to prove he's an AHL goalie? Ew, that's a good question. Not many. Cheers once again for tonight, Grant. I'm out. Okay, Glenn. Well, he's not costly. Yeah, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent, right? He makes $1 million. It won't cost a lot to get him. I would trade if they took Evans for him. I'd do that deal because they could really use that element in their bottom six. I think. Dobie now has wins or OT points in 80% of his games. Yeah. You just gotta keep going with him, man. Who is the only Hab player born in Formosa, Taiwan? Rod Langway is the answer to that question. Still the thrill? Thought you'd stump me, eh? Nope. Bet you're thrilled about that. All right, folks. I'm caught up here. I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm doing a podcast tomorrow at noon sharp with Eric Macramella. So I want to talk about this game with someone else. Eric's he's a great host, and we'll get into stuff tomorrow. Keep it fresh. I want to cut down on the length of these a little bit. Kind of getting too burned out with the 2-3 hour ones there. Find it hard. Well, strain on the eyes. The writing isn't that large. I meant Valeno, Blain would be a bit expensive to get McCarron. Oh. Yeah, you wouldn't trade? Oh. Yeah. I think they're all sort of going to the minors anyways. I don't know. I don't think that would be that expensive, but I think he's thinking of it, just to get rid of some roster spots to free up some, right? But I honestly don't think Nashville will go for that. Demi now 9 points up on Schaefer. Well, I think it's got to be 15 to 20 before they start to say, and hey, he's not even up on. Is nip and tuck with Seneca, isn't it? For rookie scoring, very close. Well, folks, picked up another 50. I think only about $40 away now. Thank you everyone for the contributions here. $40 away from that magical 2,000 mark. So hopefully tomorrow we can reach that, and I'll be a pretty happy man. But thank you to everyone. Donnie McCaskill, super generous, $20. John Patterson, thank you so much. From Perry Sound, coming in with a nice contribution. Mr. Niles. I'll say Niles. And Travis Beaton, $20. Thank you, Travis. That's over and above. Sean. Paul, of course, $5. Thank you very much. So thank you to everybody for your contributions again. Seneca's 2 back. Okay, thank you. Philip Michael Thomas, Eric Macramella. So Grant, does that make you Don Johnson? Monty will be on a short leash if he struggles after the trade deadline. They'll call up Fowler and ride Dovish Fowler while Monty eats popcorn. Could be. I think Marciano's got to see Fowler up close, right? I would think you probably recommend him. Like you mentioned last night, you were hoping that Demi would shoot the puck more on the power play, so it would create a scoring chance off a rebound. Suzuki's first goal was off a Demi shot. There you go. I should be hired as coach, eh? Rejaoul. I think there's more than one NHL bow-legged player. Rejaoul. Claude Provo also shadowed Bobby Hull. Who's the other guy that shadowed him? He had a few guys, different guys that shadowed him through the years, but Réjean, I think, had a little bit of a bow-legged thing going on there. And his, I talked to Réjean. He said, well, he was, yeah, okay. Because both Claude and Réjean shadowed Bobby Hull. I talked to Réjean about that and saying, yeah, asked me to do it, that 1 year, his first year or second year, and he did a really good job on him. And so did Claude, obviously. Claude was a great player. Carbo used to shadow Stastny, yeah. Not all that well some nights. That freaking guy was a player. Wow. Peter Stastny. I assume you're talking about Peter, right? Okay, I'm gonna. We're down under 100, so thank you, everyone. Great show as always. Thanks for showing up. And noon tomorrow. Eric Macramella. Hope to see you for that one. Have a good night, everyone. Go Habs, go.